minute. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. All glories to our revered speaker for today, His Grace Vishwarup Prabhu. And all glories to the Samud Vaishnava devotees. Devotees, we thank you all for being here as always. It is an honor to have Dr. Vishwarup Prabhu with us after such a long time of absence. But I kind of followed him a little bit. Prabhuji, you'll be surprised. I saw you a few places online where you were doing wonderful preaching. So wow. It's not good to say, I wish I were you, but I wish I could also be engaged like that. But it's so blissful that with your busy schedule, you still tried and made time with us to be with us today, even though it was kind of short notice. We can't thank you enough. So, like we were saying before we got online, there are lots of slokas in this particular Sangha, which in this particular meeting, which have no purpose. So we read them, and wherever we have whatever little purport, based on the text and the purport, then you share your insights, and I think that is what you're going to do. Thank you so much. So without further ado, we may put the verses on the screen and you take it over from here. Srila Prabhupada has already chanted the Jaya Radha Madhava. So if you wouldn't mind, we can go straight ahead into the slokas.
You are displaying?
Yes. If you want to display from your end, you can do that also.
I don't have the facility right now.
Okay, I will do that. So I will share. Hare Krishna.
We'll go straight to the translation. I'll read. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 13th chapter, 14th verse. Shri Manu said, O all-powerful Lord, O killer of all sins, I shall abide by your order. Now please let me know my place and that of the entities born of me. O Master of the demigods, please attempt to lift the earth which is merged in the great water, because it is the dwelling place for all the living entities. It can be done by your endeavor and by the mercy of the Lord. The great water mentioned in this connection is Garbhodaka ocean, which fills half of the universe. Maitreya said, thus, seeing the earth submerged in the water, Brahma gave his attention for a long time to how it could be lifted. According to Jiva Goswami, the topics delineated here are of different millennia. The present topics are of the Shvetavaraha millennia, and topics regarding the Chakshusha millennia will be discussed in this chapter also. Brahma thought, while I have been engaged in the process of creation, the earth has been inundated by the deluge and has gone down into the depth of the ocean. What can we do? We're engaged in this matter of creation. It is best to let the Almighty Lord direct us. The devotees of the Lord, who are all confidential servitors, are sometimes perplexed in the discharge of their respective duties, but they are never discouraged. They have full faith in the Lord and he paves the way for the smooth progress of the devotee's duty. O sinless Vidura, all of a sudden, now this is Maitreya Muni speaking. O sinless Vidura, all of a sudden, while Brahma was engaged in thinking, a small form of a boar came out of his nostril. The measurement of the creature was not more than the upper portion of the thumb. O descendant of Bharata, while Brahma was observing him, that boar became situated in the sky in a wonderful manifestation as gigantic as a great elephant. Struck with wonder at observing the wonderful boar-like form in the sky, Brahma, with great Brahmanas like Marichi, as well as the Kumaras and Manu, began to argue in various ways. Is this some extraordinary entity come in the pretense of a boar? It is very wonderful that he has come from my nose. First of all, this boar was seen no bigger than the tip of the thumb, and within a moment he was as large as a stone. My mind is perturbed. Is he the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu? Since Brahma is the supermost person in the universe, he had never before experienced such a form. He could guess that the wonderful appearance of the boar was an incarnation of Vishnu. The uncommon features symptomatic of the incarnation of Godhead can bewilder even the mind of Brahma.
I think that's the
We
last.
stop here because this is
Yes.
22nd verse. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Very wonderful narration of third canto, where Lord Varaha's appearance is experienced, explained also. The few things that are discussed in the translations of the previous verses is that Lord Brahma is the topmost living entity, the most developed, the most advanced, first citizen of the universe. And he has got 4 heads and 4 brains, which are superlative brains. You cannot compare that brain with any other brain in the whole universe. But still, in front of the Lord, that brain or those brains appear to be very insignificant to the extent of getting completely confused and bewildered and perturbed. The Lord has so much of power and so much of intelligence and so much of opulence that although appearing to be great in this universe, Brahma feels very puny and tiny in front of the magnanimous presentation of the Lord himself. He can be smaller than the smallest, the Lord, and he can be bigger than the biggest. Anima and Mahima both can exist at one point of time. He came out right inside the narrow passage of the nostril, one of the nostrils, not even 2. And within moments, before even the bewildered Lord Brahma could figure out, he was as large as the sky, as large as the mountain, as large as the stone in the mountain. And the bewilderment was such a great bewilderment that Brahma was surrounded by his creation as great as him, like Marichi, the manifestation of his mind, the Kumaras, who were his own children. There were many other people. They all started arguing. They all started arguing with each other. What is this? Who is this? So the Lord Varaha, his appearance created great confusion, bewilderment, and perturbed condition in the lives of Brahma and his followers. So it is mentioned that even though one is a demigod or one is a supreme demigod in the name of Brahma, bewilderment is quite possible. It is not the first time Brahma has got bewildered. Brahma has got bewildered many times. Even at the time of his appearance also he was bewildered. At the time of Brahma Samohan Leela also he was bewildered. At the time of Varahadev also he is now bewildered. So bewilderment is quite common as long as we are in the material world. But the difference between a devotee and a non-devotee is, even in the bewilderment, they take shelter of the Lord. They take refuge of the Lord. So, although there was argument, there was discussion, who is this person? Can this be there? Can he be this? Can he be that? But then finally they thought he must be Supreme Lord. The way he appears, the way he magnified. And that was Lord Varahadev, the second incarnation of the Lord. We all know that the Lord appeared and he went into the waters of Garbhodaka Shai Vishnu, Garbhodaka ocean. From the bottom of Rasatala, he lifted the earth, placed her in the position, then fought with Hiranyaksha and killed him. This is story in short. But interesting fact to note that there are two different Varahadevas. My today's topic will be only this subject matter. That there are two different Varahadevas. Even Prabhupada mentions in the next shloka purport that there is something called as Brahmi Manvantara and there is something called as Chakshusha Manu Manvantara. So in Bhagavatam, what is being discussed now, right now, not in the future shlokas, right now, is the Varahadev, which is Shweta Varaha, which is supposed to be white in color, and which is the Lord Varahadev of Brahmi Manvantara. So in this one, what happens is, let me inform you here, that there are two types of Varahadev. One is coming in the Brahma Kalpa, and he is supposed to be Manu, Swayambhu Manu. During the period of Swayambhu Manu, in Brahma Kalpa, the dark Varahadev came from the nostril of Brahma in a four-legged boar form. He kept the earth on his tusk and brought up the earth from Rasatala, the nether region. During the reign of Chakshusha Manu, Shweta Varaha manifested. His face was like a boar and the lower portion was like human body. So, let us understand very carefully, the dark color Varahadev, he was fully a boar. He was fully a boar. And the other Varaha, Shweta Varaha, which came in Chakshusha Manu's time, he had only head of Varaha, that is boar, and the body of human being. So it is a little different. And he also called as Nara Varaha, because his body is Nara, human being, and face is Varahadev. He killed Hiranyaksha. That means the Shweta Varaha killed Hiranyaksha and delivered the earth. Shweta Varaha, when he appeared, before that Hiranyaksha had kicked the earth like a football and threw her off her position in the orbit, threw her away from orbit, and she fell down at the bottom of the ocean, which is called as Rasatala. So it's very clear to understand that the Adi Varaha or Rakta Varaha or the dark Varaha, when he appeared, there was no Hiranyaksha. It was only the earth had been inundated by the waters of Pralaya, and because of that, earth had fallen down from her orbit into the bottom of the ocean. So this Adi Varaha or the dark Varaha or Rakta Varaha, red color. He appeared just to pick the earth up and put her back in the position. But in the case of Chakshusha Manvantara, Shvetavaraha came not only to lift the earth from the bottom of the ocean, Rasatala, but he also killed the demon Hiranyaksha. That we should understand. Now let me read the history of Adivaraha. The Adivaraha is the dark Varaha. Let us understand Adivaraha is the Rakta Varaha or the dark Varaha. At the beginning of Satya Yuga, there was a Brahmana sage called as Kapila Muni, who was worshipper of Bhagavan Adivaraha, right from beginning. And he had, imagine his power, he had made the deity of Adivaraha from his mind. That is why scripture says that the deities can be made out of stone, out of wood, out of paint, or out of mind also. So here is the proof and example of the deity of Adi Varaha or the dark Varaha or the Rakta Varaha, red colored Varaha. The deity was made by the mind of Kapila Muni. Then Indra, the king of the demigods, he worshipped the Brahmana and he pleased him. And he asked for the boon that he would like to have the deity of Varaha to carry to his own kingdom. So Brahmana Kapil Dev was very pleased. He gifted the Varahadev Murti, Adi Varaha Rakta Varaha Murti, to Indra Dev. And then Indra took the deity to his abode, Amravati, and installed him there. Later on, you know that Ravana came. Ravana came. And Ravana, after he got all the power from Brahma as boons after tapasya, he defeated Kubera, replaced him and displaced him from Lanka. The original king of Lanka was Kuber, and Kubera had a golden Lanka. The Trikuta Parvat mountain peaks were made of gold and they were established in Lanka. That's why it's called Golden Lanka. And then Golden Lanka was captured by Ravana. Before that, Ravana was not staying in Lanka. He was staying in Nepal, a place called Pokhara, in the mountains of Pokhara, where the birth of Ravan took place in Pulatsya Muni Ashram. So from there, he went to Himalayas to perform tapasya, got the boons. After getting power, he went to all the way down to the bottom of India, a place called Trikuta Parvata, Golden Lanka, attacked Kubera, defeated Kubera, captured the kingdom of Lanka, captured the aeroplane called Pushpaka, and then what happened? Then he went around and defeated all the demigods. At that time, Indra was worshipping Varahadev in his kingdom. So getting defeated by Ravana, Ravan seized the deity of Varaha from Swarga and brought him to Lanka, now newly captured kingdom. Then Lord Ram came. Then Ravana kidnapped Sita and the Lord Ram came to rescue her. And there was a great battle between Ram and Ravan and the demons. Lord Ram and his army killed all the demons and including finally Lord Ram killed Ravan also. After Lord Ram killed Ravan, he was the king of, he was the owner of Lanka because he killed the owner of Lanka. So he became the owner of Lanka. And Lord Ram offered Lanka to Vibhishan as promised earlier. So Vibhishan said, my lord, everything is yours. All property is yours. Please take whatever you want from my Lanka, which is already offered. You offered me, which belongs to you. So Lord Ram said, I don't want anything from Lanka, but I want the deity of Varahadev. So that deity of Adi Varaha was taken by Lord Ram to Ayodhya. And in Ayodhya, the Lord established the deity, installed the deity and worshipped him for a long time. But what happened was, when Varahadev was worshipped by Lord Ram in Ayodhya, one time Shatrughna went to Mathura to kill Lavanasura. So while going to on the war for fighting with Lavanasur, the great demon, Shatrughna said to Lord Ram, kindly give me the deity of Varahadev so I can worship Varahadev, get my blessings and do my seva of annihilating the demon Lavanasur. So Lord Ramchandra very kindly offered him the deity of Varahadev. Lord Shatrughna carried the deity in with him, and after killing Lavanasura, Shatrughna, King Shatrughna, was then later on became the king of Mathura. So the original king of Mathura Mandal, Shri Vrindavan Dham, was Lavanasur. First was Lavanasur, and then it was Shatrughna. So this is the history of connection of Ramayana and Krishna's pastimes. Then Shatrughna established the deity of Adi Varaha in Mathura, and that is now we call as Rakta Varaha, or Red Varaha, or Dark Varaha. And the Shwet Varaha is a different Varaha, as I told you. He happens to be in Brahmi Kalpa. Hare Krishna. So this is a brief information. Another connection of Varahadev in Braj Mandal. This temple is in the small gully near Dwarkadish temple, and both the Varaha deities are opposite each other. And they are supposed to be very powerful. Taking darshan of Varahadev releases one from all the past collections of sinful activities and gives pure devotion to Lord. And then you come to Vishram Ghat. In the Kalpa that Shweta Varaha appeared and who killed Varahadev. After killing Varahadev, killing Hiranyaksha, the Lord Varahadev came to a place at the bank of Yamuna and took rest. And when he was taking rest, that place was named as Vishram Ghata. Now, this Vishram Ghat is a very famous place. It's a very, very auspicious place at the bank of Yamuna in Mathura. So, there are 24 ghatas or 24 different places, famous places at the banks of Yamuna. And one of the 24 places is Varaha Ghat. There are also Dhruva Ghat. There are also Ambarish Ghat. And there are so many ghatas. So, at that time, Mother Earth came as a deity, came as a person. Before Mother Earth was a globe. But now the goddess of earth came as a person in front of resting Varahadev. Because when the Lord picked her up from the bottom of the ocean, brought her out of the ocean, and while he was carrying her on his tusk to place her in her own position, original position, she asked the Lord, "Oh my Lord, where are you going to place me? Because I am only the place of resting for every living entity. Now, where are you going to place me?" With the shelter and the dhara. Dhara means one who holds. I hold everybody. So, where I am going to be held? Because she saw some greenery on the way. So, the Lord placed her on that greenery and told that this greenery is even shelter for you. You are the shelter of everybody else, but your shelter is this place. And what is that place? Bhumi asked. So he said, that place is my abode, Sri Vrindavan Dham. So that time there was not much time. The Lord had to do second business of killing Hiranyaksha. So he placed her there, and the earth remained having question in mind that what is this place where I am being placed? So then after killing Hiranyaksha, when Lord is performing his resting pastime, Vishrama, Mother Earth came and asked question, "My dear Lord, please tell me about this place." So that time Lord started narrating the glories of that place. And he told every single pastime that took place in the land of Mathura Mandal, Braj Mandal, Vrindavan Dham. And that discussion of Varahadev with Bhumi Devi is called as Adi Varaha Puran. in Adi Varaha Puran explains in detail all the esoteric, wonderful, divine pastimes of Lord Krishna in Vrindavan Dham. This is one pastime at Vishramghat. Second pastime is that when Lord Krishna came in Dwapar Yuga and killed Kamsa, he came to rest. He came to rest at this place. So again, it's called Vishrama Ghat. Vishram means rest. Rest means Vishrama. Then at this place, even Shatrughna, after killing Lavanasur, came to take rest. So in Satya Yuga, Varahadev came to rest. In Treta Yuga, Lavanasur came to take rest. In Dwapar Yuga, Krishna came to take rest after killing Kamsa. And before all these people, one more person came to take rest. Guess who? When Yamuna Devi came from the spiritual world to the material world on the order of Krishna to go down to prepare a ground or a situation for him to come and perform his pastime, Mother Yamuna traveled all the way from Goloka to the specific lokas of Goloka, that is Mathura, Dwarka, Ayodhya. After crossing that, Mother Yamuna crossed the Brahmajyoti, where all the Vaikuntha planets were floating. After crossing the Brahmajyoti and Vaikuntha planets, Mother Yamuna crossed Viraja river. Then she came into the material world under the reign or rule of Mahavishnu. Then she entered in a particular Brahmanda where Lord Krishna wanted to perform his pastimes. And then when she entered the earthly planet through Kalinda mountain, became Kalindi, and she was, it seems, very tired after having the long journey from Goloka Vrindavan to this Bhauma Vrindavan. And because of that, she was tired, and she also took rest at her own banks as the first person to take rest. There's one more place in Vrindavan called Adi Varaha Ghat. At Adi Varaha Ghat, we have our Bhaktivedanta hospice right in front of Adi Varaha Ghat. What is this place? At this place, the Gopalas, the cowherd boys and the gopis, they requested Krishna to show his Varahadev form. So Sri Krishna manifested his Varahadev form to the cowherd boys and the cowherd girls. That is why, although there is no pastime of killing Hiranyaksha, this ghat of Vrindavan at Yamuna is called as Adi Varaha Ghat. This is just next to Gautam Rishi Ashram, where Gautam Rishi had performed his tapasya. So you find the temple of Varahadev very near to Gautam Rishi Ashram. So this is how we have the connection of Lord Varahadev in Sri Vrindavan Dham. Hari Bol. If there's any question, you can ask me. So the story of this another Varaha also comes in the future of this chapter, where he comes and there's no Hiranyaksha there. He only sees the inundation of the earth with water and falling of the earth from the orbit to the bottom of the ocean. He only appears and goes down the ocean and lifts the earth and puts her back to the position. No killing of Hiranyaksha that time. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So different Varahas.
Yes.
I think we came across something like this some time back.
Pardon me?
Yeah, I think we discussed something like that this Varaha has two different millenniums or something like that.
That
Sometimes
is Brahmi Kalpa. First Kalpa is Brahmi Kalpa. Then there is a Chakshusha Manu Kalpa.
Chakshusha.
Yeah. That Kalpa, this other Varahadev, which is not killing Hiranyaksha, took birth.
Well, dear devotees, we thank you. If anyone may have questions, comments, reflections, realizations you may want to ask or share, Please indicate by using the hand emoji or your physical hand, and you'll be asked to unmute.
I have one realization.
Please go ahead.
Share that when somebody has to go underwater for some seva, it's not easy. It is suffocating, it is dirty, it's not very pleasant. But the Lord took a suitable form, which is Varaha, which is boar. But the boars, you can always see they are entering into a filthy place. They are always submerged in the gutters,
Yeah.
the waste waters, and they are always found in Vrindavan Dham. So, because of the nature of the boar is to go into dirty place, Lord used that form to enter that place where earth was lying in a filthy place, and he used that form to lift earth. But the most wonderful thing is the boars that we see in the material world are very dirty looking and ugly looking. You don't even want to go near them in Vrindavan Dham. But if they shake their body, then you are splashed with beautiful dirt from the gutters,
Yeah.
But the form of the Lord, it seems, was very, very, very beautiful, extremely beautiful. That there are even some ladies who got attracted to this beautiful form of Lord Varahadev. Yes. And they took birth in Krishna's time as gopis to fulfill their desire to marry the Lord. Also, the story in Glories of Gaura Mandala, there was a devotee of Lord Varahadev in the place called Kulia Pahad, Kulia Mountain, which is not different from Govardhan Mountain. But there was a mountain called Kulia Pahad. The name Kulia was given because Kulia is the name of Varahadev. So that's why the Dvipa called as Kola Dvipa. Kola also is the name of Varahadev. So in the beginning of Satyayuga, he worshipped Lord Varaha. And then Lord Varaha gave him darshan as the fruit of his worship and told him that I am telling you a secret. I am going to appear at the beginning of Kali Yuga in this millennium. Now Satyayuga, I have come to you, I am showing darshan to you. I am telling you a secret. I am going to appear in Kali Yuga as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I will dance and sing the holy names and everybody will become mad in love. And you will take birth at that time and you will be witnessing my appearance pastime and my Janmotsava, the celebration of my birth. So this devotee, Vasudev, after having this wonderful darshan, he was so amazed and he studied scriptures thoroughly and he found out that this Varahadev, there are many more references that he will come as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Kali Yuga. And then he was happy to confirm the verdict given by the Lord from scriptures also. And then he took birth as Sadananda Vipra. And he was present at the time of the birth of Lord Chaitanya or Nimai Gauranga at the house of Jagannath Mishra. So when he had darshan of this baby, he came home at Navadvip and he was resting. He got a dream that the baby he saw in the dream again came into the dream and turned into Varahadev and spoke to him that, didn't I tell you? I am the same person who will come in the Kali Yuga as Lord Gauranga. So I am your worshipable Lord Varahadev. Now come as Gauranga. But please do not tell the secret to anybody. Keep it to yourself. You stay here only and observe all my pastimes for next 24 years. So he woke up in ecstasy. He ran to the house of Jagannath Mishra. He wanted to tell him what did he just saw, what he saw in the dream. But he was restricted by the word of the Lord. So he could not tell anything. And he stayed there for next 24 years, observing all the beautiful pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, who was not different from his worshipable Lord, Varahadev. Hari Bol.
Wow. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Well, Prabhuji, thank you. I have one quick question. Just like you, I must say thank you so much for speaking, of course, in such a very short period of notice. and also sharing these amazing pastimes. I'm wondering and I'm thinking how, like you rightly said, the Lord assumes various forms for specific uh,
Purpose.
purposes. Now, we are trying to serve the Lord, but I do not think that devotees try to do that. Devotees are always meek, generous, kind, sober. Could it be possible that, depending on the situation, a devotee can also become aggressive to correct the situation,
Yeah.
even though that is not like it's not the normal behavior of a devotee to be aggressive. But I'm just asking how the Lord assumes different forms for different purposes. So, based on time, place, circumstance, could a devotee
Yes.
also? Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Example is Arjuna. Example is Bhimsena.
Hmm.
Example is Dhruv Maharaj. Also. Example is Shatrughna. Example is Lakshmana. Bharat also. All these devotees of the Lord, they have taken aggressive stand at the time of need. In fact, Arjuna did not want to take the aggressive stand. He wanted to retire in the forest, but Krishna urged him that you have to become aggressive and kill all the people. So to kill anybody, you have to be ultimately aggressive. You cannot just kill anybody without being aggressive.
Yeah.
So when there is a question of dharma establishment, when there is upsurge of adharma, then the devotee assumes an aggressive stand. And the best example of aggression is Hanumanji. He just burnt the whole Lanka. What kind of humility is that? It is most highest humility to serve the Lord in aggression, in Virarasa. So yes, as the Lord accepts or assumes the aggressive form, the devotees also do the needful at times by adopting the aggressive mood.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Prabhu. I think we have one hand up. Hamsadita Prabhu, please, you may unmute and go ahead to ask your question.
Hare Krishna, your grace, please.
Hare
Can you
Krishna.
accept my respect of
Uh,
over to Gurudev,
do,
over to Srila
do you have
Prabhupada.
your camera turned on? Or you cannot turn your camera
Yes,
on?
I'm okay.
If you cannot, it's okay. I know you'll be driving sometimes. If you cannot, it's okay. But if you can,
Yeah, yes, Hare
Ask your question.
Krishna, please.
okay, you go ahead then.
I'm very sorry, I'm being on and off, stepping out and coming in. But
It's okay. Yeah,
I
go
have
ahead.
one question I want
Go
to
ahead
ask.
and ask your question. Yes.
I think this about Mother Bhumi and Baraha. Recently, this movie of Mahavatar Nashrimadev.
Yes, yes.
I think in this class somebody was explaining that in the movie the what Varaha did was in different kalpas, not the same Varaha. And I think today you are also saying
The same thing.
the same thing.
Yeah.
And you said that, if I heard you right, you said one of the kalpas he saved the earth and killed Hiranyaksha, and the other one he just saved the earth.
Yeah.
So my question is that how many times did Hiranyaksha put the earth in the ocean? Is
One
this
time only.
only one time? So if it's one time, how did it happen that he saved the earth
That
and
is at
killed
the time
the
of Pralaya,
Hiranyaksha?
time of devastation. At the time of the devastation, at the end of the millennium, the water inundated the earth and lost the balance of the earth, and earth fell down in the ocean because of the inundation of water at the time of devastation. So one time it happened because Hiranyaksha kicked the earth from the position and threw her in the water. Next time, because the pralaya took place, mini pralaya, the mini destruction, devastation, that time the water overwhelmed and lost the balance of the earth, and earth fell down.
Oh, okay. So that means the second saving is not from Hirayaksha.
Yeah.
It just, oh, okay. Then thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for the wonderful answer.
Jai.
That was a very good question, Hansadita Prabhu. That's a very good question.
It was a bit confusion, but the answer is so nice.
Yeah.
That is why it is said that the devotees are very, very intelligent. They have answered to every question.
So I would like to take your leave at this moment of time.
Well, of course, it's quite late your time, and like I was saying, we are just so grateful that you could be here. Just being here in itself is so much a blessing. And then also you spoke so beautifully, of course, as always. Of course, today is the end of the month. Today is the last day of September. And by Sri Guru Krishna's grace, we're going to have your association again in the next month. So we look forward to Yes. So we look forward to meeting you at that time. But before you take a leave today, we're going to humbly request all the devotees to kindly unmute yourselves, and we all chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra to express our deepest appreciation to our revered speaker, His Great Vishwarup Prabhu, for sharing his love and wisdom with us all today. So please, you may all unmute. Jai. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Yes, we have Srimad Varaha here with us.